My name is Anita Fisher, and I'm from San Diego, California. And I have an adult son who has a serious mental illness. And oftentimes, unfortunately, I've found that he's ended up in the criminal justice system. He's been arrested. There's times when I myself have had to make that call because that was the best way to receive treatment for him. But I also worry that here in California, we really don't have mental health hospitals per se, so they end up receiving their mental health treatment in the jails and prisons. And my concern is the difference in that is if he were in a hospital as a family member, I could visit him and ensure that he's receiving proper mental health care. But in the jails and in the prisons, he becomes a criminal. So therefore, I have had to experience going through the same thing. I always say he is treated like the rapists and the murderers, but really he's in there because he was maybe found under the influence of, illegal substances or on the streets, homeless, and then he was picked up for that reason. And in order for me as, his mother, and I know that he's in a deteriorated mental health state, he's not able to make, decisions for himself. So it's a big worry when he is incarcerated, whether it's jail or prison. And I am not able to just make a phone call sometimes and say, how is my son doing? I would like to see him. And in those cases where I can visit him, I have to go through the pat downs and I go through that whole jail thing. And so by the time I reach him, I'm, tense and frustrated. And then I have to visit him behind the glass. I'm not able to sit at a table like I see some of the other people that are incarcerated. And probably they need to be incarcerated, I don't know, but they're there with their families. But I have to talk to my son on a telephone behind a thick glass. Sometimes he's chained up in such a way as though he's still dangerous in that little room they put them in with a strong steel door. He's unable to hurt anyone. And I don't think that helps a person that lives with mental illness. How are we supposed to help them on a road to recovery when we criminalize, their behaviors? So yes, he may receive medication if he wants it. He may receive, psychiatric care if he wants it. But as I have learned, I'm no mental health professional, but the I guess you could say the things that I've read about and that I've learned about is that a person their insight is gone, when they have a severe mental illness. So they're unable to say, yes, I need help. And therefore, he may not receive it when he needs it. And so this probably takes it to another place of having the power as his family member to, make the decision for him to do that. But I'm always told that I can't do that, and you have to, it's very, very hard to get a conservatorship over a person. So I would really like to see that changed in our society, not just in the state of California, but I believe there's a point in time, especially with a person who lives with severe mental illness, that we can make that decision. My son normally resided with us, and I would see his decomposing mentally. If I had been able to make a decision to have him hospitalized, I know that he would never have ended up in jail or prison. So that's why that is something that I will continue to fight for. I know that there are people out there that they don't want to see someone have that control over another human being, but I believe, like with anything, there are situations, where you look at everything depending on the situations. I don't think I would want anyone to just, for any reason, have control over my life either, but I think for a temporary point in time to stabilize someone, that a family member, and you can prove and you can show, and I have history and can prove and show that my son would need me to make decisions about his life at certain points in time is valid. So I am a mother that I speak out about it now. You know, I had stigma myself. My son was an adult when his illness manifested. So I now speak freely about it. And if I can talk about mental illness, so can you.